Swinging a fly ball to left field deep. Way back! Way back! This ball is gone! A walk-off home run! Newport Gulls win it here in the 11th.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Branham sets, kicks, and deals. Swinging and it's strike three. The Newport Gulls are 2009 East Division champions.
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Swinging a high drive to deep right. Oh, is this ball crushed? Way back and gone. Joey Manning with a towering shot. Swinging a high drive to deep left. And you can forget about it. Cal Conley with his third home run of the game.
Stay tuned. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his 7th season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Nick Lima.
Good evening and welcome to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where tonight the Newport Gulls get set to take on the Laconia Muskrats in Eastern Division action. Newport splitting its weekend road trip with a big victory over the Sanford Mainers and a close loss last night to the North Shore Navigators. Newport, coming off that big win here at Cardines Field 3 nights ago, looks to get a brief one-game homestand out of the way here tonight if they can avoid the rain. Thunder showers in the forecast, looking to hit us perhaps right around game time. We'll keep you posted on that as the Newport Gulls pregame show begins right now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As our Newport Gulls pregame show continues here at Cardines Field, now time for the front office report. As we do every Monday, we talk to a member of the Gulls front office. Today it's Newport Gulls Vice President of Baseball Operations, Chris Patsos. Chris, how are you doing today?
Good, Nick. Good, thank you. Very good.
Newport Gulls coming off of a road trip where they split the 2 games. A big win against the Sanford Mainers on Saturday and a tough loss last night in North Shore.
Yeah, I played well Saturday night, I guess, from what Coach said. I wasn't on the trip for the weekend, but, I made a statement up there on Saturday night. Pat Light did really well, threw the crap out of the ball. And last night, just 6 runs in the second, I think, and we made 3 or 4 errors, a couple bloops here and there, and then we fought back and had bases loaded in the 8th with nobody out and couldn't get anybody in. But that's been the nature of the beast the last couple weeks, not being able to get a big hit with runners in scoring position. So that's something the coaching staff has been working on with the kids. Really focusing on what the situation is up there. Put the ball in the air versus on the ground. So those are the things they've been working on. Hopefully we'll see some results in the next week or 2. But and we're right there. We lost. I think 9 of our losses, probably 6 of them are by 1 run. I think so.
Brendan Klein was roughed up in his Newport Gulls debut, though looking at his potential, he certainly can do a lot here for Newport this season.
Yeah, seems like a real nice kid, ready to go. He's a freshman, all freshmen. He'll have some growing pains to go through, but he comes right at the halfway point of our season. He's a good quality arm. So we'll see. He'll get an opportunity to start, and he did well last night. Had a tough inning where a couple bloops and flares and a couple errors, like a double play ball. I guess we didn't turn. But, he's fine. Pitching's been good, and, defense has got to get a little bit better. We've been kicking the ball around a little bit too much, and as you know from being here in the last 4 or 5 years, that teams that have kicked the ball around haven't got the ring, so we got to figure that one out.
Kevin Kilpatrick was released by the team for personal reasons last week. Eric Eatington picks up his spot in the roster.
Yeah, Eric's from Harvard, big left-handed pitcher from Harvard, threw up in Maine. I think it's a couple innings, did really well, Coach said. Yeah, he's the kid who was down the Cape at Katuitt, got released, and we picked him up. Joe Walsh is a good friend of ours down in up at Harvard, so we took him, and there's a couple teams around him. Vermont was on him, Holyoke was on him, so we grabbed him, I guess to keep him away from them, but to get him on our team too. So.
Certainly the signs are looking good right now for the Newport Gulls. Newport in the top 3 in the NECBL in fielding percentage, in runs scored, in batting average as a team, and also in team ERA. With the Gulls leading in so many statistical categories, is it just a matter of time before they put a win streak together? Because it's really been up and down to this point.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers. Baseball is usually a game of numbers, and the numbers usually tell the story, but they don't obviously tell the story because we would be better than 9-9 if they did. We're leading the league in hitting. We're 3rd in ERA yesterday as far as I looked, and it's just a little frustrating. It's frustrating. We're leaving a lot of guys on base, and we're out hitting teams, but we're not getting the big hit. We're over swinging when we're striking out when we need a ground ball to second. And stuff like that really it adds up in this league when you blow those opportunities to add to a 2-run or a 1-run lead, and you don't do that. Like in Holyoke, we sat back and was 1-0. We should have been 5-0. We let them hang around, and shit happens, and so we gotta take advantage of those things and can't let that happen. And the teams we've had in the past wouldn't let that happen. So we just we're getting there. This group is just starting to gel a little bit now. We get to know each other, and we'll see. It's a talented league. It's a very good league, as you can see. A lot of good players, and the teams are strong. So
there's been a lot of good highlights so far for the Gulls so far this season. One of them has been Kenny DeKroger, leading the team in batting average, and only has had 1 strikeout to date.
Yeah, Kenny's a player. Kenny's our best player. He's our best prospect, and we're lucky to get him. He's a kid that should be down the Cape, but for whatever reason he wanted to come here because he has relatives in Rhode Island, and it's been great for us. And they're a very, very good player, very good teammate. Can play short, third, and plays them both well. So no, he's been very, very good, and so we'll. We just got to have some other guys around him start picking it up. As you know, that 7, 8, 9 slot in Holyoke and last night, just hurts us a little bit, So.
Now this team has quite a reputation, of course, in the baseball world, particularly in summer collegiate baseball. Do you ever find yourself competing more with the Cape League for players than other NECBL teams, or is the playing field not that even?
No, the Cape's still the Cape. They're still going to get the kids that want to go there. So we look at the kids who want to go there but can't go there. So, we're still. I mean, we're still the team in our league to attract players. So it's just up to Chuck and I to pick the right ones. And that's the hard part because we're getting more and more calls and more people to choose from. And you got to make mistakes every now and then. But no, we like our team a lot. So we just got to start playing a little bit better. And especially with runners in scoring position. So,
Newport Gulls Vice President of Baseball Operations, Chris Bassos. Thanks for joining us on the Front Office Report. We'll catch up with you later in the season.
Thank you.
That's the Front Office Report. Mike Coombs joins us next for the Manager Show right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Our pregame show continues. Now joined, as always, by Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs. Skip, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. I am Robot Coach.
Coach to the Newport.
What's that movie the other night? Robot. That guy was a dweeb, wasn't he? He was cool.
Coach, the Newport Gulls split the road trip over the weekend. A big win against the division-leading Sanford Mainers, and then a loss last night to North Shore in a game that Newport came back towards the end after falling behind early.
Yeah, the game at Sanford was, we had all cylinders firing that night. I mean, Pat Light threw very well after about 4 innings. I mean, he only had thrown like 32, 33 pitches. And we were swinging the bats and laying off junk, and it was a good night. We beat them 9-1. It was a good game. But
Pat Light just becoming the second Gulls pitcher this season to go 7 innings in a game.
Yeah. So he threw the ball well. And then, we went up against North Shore, and we were throwing out Brandon Klein, and we just that 1 inning, the second inning, it kind of fell in a little bit, had a few errors, and they had a lot of little hits that fell in, and it's hard to recover from 6 runs.
Still Newport now 2 for the last 3 as they look to get more on the winning path. The Gulls right at 500 right now at 9-9, and it really is a tight race still here midway through the season almost in the NECBL East.
Is it? I haven't even looked.
Yeah, the Gulls right now in 4th place in the standings, but both teams above them are also at 500.
Wow. So that's all pretty tight. Nobody jumping out and going, huh?
And Sanford just 2 games up.
Okay. Well, hey, that's how it goes right now, and somebody will step it up, or a couple teams will step it up, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it's us.
Mark Appel has to start tonight for Newport. He did well last time against North Adams here on Monday.
Yeah, Mark threw the ball very well. So I like giving the ball to Mark. He does a good job.
So Eric Eatington made his Gulls debut over the weekend, and in relief, he did well in that game in relief of Pat Light against Sanford.
Yeah. What was that now? I was watching. They were going to put a thing up there, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to grab them because they were messing with your girl up there. What was that question?
Eric Eatington had a fairly good Newport debut.
Yeah. Eric did. He threw the ball okay. He had a little trouble with his off-speed pitch, but other than that, I thought he looked okay. So we'll run him out there again.
So the Gulls roster holding at 27 right now. Any injuries or soreness to report among the team?
You know, we did a little short workout today. We did a simulated game with Chase Bebo on the mound, and he threw live to some hitters because he's had some stiffness in his forearm. So we're trying to work through that because we do need his arm for this club, and so we'll see how his comeback is and how his arm feels after that throwing today. He threw 37 pitches in the simulated game.
Finally, Coach, looks like we could have some rain showers, thunderstorms here tonight. Just from being in the dugout through a long career, when you're preparing for a game, you know rain is imminent. Does that change anything at all? You just try and zone in and pretend it's not going to happen?
Well, you look at it, you think about the radar. Sometimes, you get a little antsy. Okay, do we bunt in the first inning? Do we do that? You just whatever the feel is for it, that's what you got to go with. So, last summer there was rain all around us. We've already been banged a couple games this year. Last year we got banged a bunch of games. So you take it for what it is, and what's going to happen you don't know. Mother Nature is so surprising.
This Laconia team has been a tough opponent this year. Newport, of course, defeated them here at home, but the Gulls lost that big extra inning game in 13 on the road.
Oh, yeah, that was a long, long night. I think it was like a 3:30 return trip home. So, yeah, that weighs hard on this old man.
Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, thanks for joining us. We'll catch up with you on Wednesday.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
That's our pregame visit with Mike Coombs. Newport Gulls baseball is next here in the NECBL Broadcast Network.